Next we have outgoing correspondence. There is an annotation here for a tickler file, and this time it's going to the Chicago School of the Arts, and this one I believe has been inspected because we have the notation from Pat. Is it necessary? Probably not, because we've sent the letter, so I'm going to put an NA. Again, this most important is the name of the school, and we're going to go left to right on that. And we're going to add that tickler file. March 28th is when she wants to be reminded. Pat Johnson. And she wants to do a follow-up call. And the related record name is Chicago School of the Arts. And this came to us on March 22nd. We'll move on to the next one. The next one is a correspondence that's incoming from the City of Chicago, the Broadband Communications Department. And so we are going to see if there's any tickler. No, but it was released. Okay, we're going to code it. Chicago is the most important. Whoops, missed a little step there. Is last, and then we go left to right. Broadband Communications Department. Okay, and that one's all set. Next, we have an incoming letter from the Chicago University. We're going to check this was released, and no tickler. This one I like. It's just a business, left to right, and we can file that one. Next, we have a piece of correspondence coming from Airways Extraordinaire, and we're going to look at this piece of documentation. It has been released. So, we can say that was inspected. We're going to code it. I think we're going to have to code it down here. And it's just definitely going to be left to right. Okay. All right, next, record 12. This one we have an annotation from the Episcopal Preparatory School. This one has been inspected. And we're going to code it left to right. Okay, and this destroy note may be something that we need to follow up on. Next we have an invoice, and this one doesn't need to be inspected. It's being sent to a company. It's going to be filed under invoices, so we're going to code it that way. And the invoice is going to go to this company. Key unit, and then left to right. Next we have a piece of incoming correspondence. It's coming from a foreign company, but we have the translation there. We're going to follow up here with this piece. Okay, and so it has been inspected. And we're going to come back and code this left to write. And last but not least, we're going to come into a piece of incoming correspondence from Donald Davis. It's just an individual person writing to us. It looked like it had been inspected. And we're going to code it from the person that sent it. And it just simply is going to be last name, first name. Okay. All right. With that being said, we have some more documents that we do need to look at. Okay. So this document that had the destroy annotation on it, this one is going to need a follow-up tickler card because it has that destroy on it. So what we would do with this one here is we would say on March 31st, it looks like that came from Terry Williams. Okay. And it's just been requested to destroy. It's not necessary to keep it. Related name will be Episcopal. Preparatory. I think I spelled that right. School. And this document came in on February 10th. Okay, so that one has a tickler card. All right. Okay, so we're going to look through these just a little bit more. This one here, Airways Extravagance. I didn't read the content on this one, but it looks like in this document, it looks like they want to follow up on this because Jessica Allen will be in town, and this is where you're starting to read for content. So with that being said, we're going to add a tickler file, and I would say that this one that we want to be reminded on is March 10th for when the person is coming into town. Okay, who wants to be reminded? Pat Johnson. Jessica Allen is visiting. Related record name will be Airwaves Extraordinary. And this came to us on February 19th. Okay, so we have that one completed as well. The next one that we will take a peek at will be the City of Chicago broadband. And no hint on this one, but if you read the content on this one, it looks like we have a meeting scheduled on March 13th. So typically when we have that, there's going to be a follow-up here, and this is going to be the annotation for that tickler file. Because the meeting is on the 13th, we're going to use the date of March 12th. And Terry Williams will be associated with this one. And this is going to be a follow-up meeting. You can get very detailed into the tickler cards if you'd like, but you don't have to as well. And I'm not 100% certain. I'm going to play with this a little bit. If they want to just have City of Chicago in the record related name, again, I'm not as worried about that. Just making sure that you have the tickler is fine. And so there's that one. Okay, next we're going to go to the third card, 38, and this is to the Dean of Arts. So we have one for that one. And if we look at 37, the Chicago Broadband Association, let's take a look at this one. If we read this for a little more content, there's a date here, and we will need another follow-up meeting for this one. So we're going to add that tickler card, and again, March 30th is when Terry wants a reminder. Most folks nowadays will have most of this running through their email, but you will want it on your calendar as well, so you could remind your boss as well. And so many ways that this can work through electronically or physically with a tickler file. March 15th. So that looks pretty good to me. There may be one more file here that we have to have a tickler on, and I believe it's this one here, Belize National Communications Bureau. When we read this, they're going to be here for a seminar, and so Terry wants a reminder on this one of 4/27. So we're going to put that here for April the 27th. Terry Williams. Name of the company, Belize National Communications Bureau. And this came to us on April 18th. The 18th. Okay, so we have all of these coded. We have the necessary cross-references and we have the necessary tickler files. Reason I wanted to showcase this in a video is just because I want you to be able to go through these, feel confident in what you're selecting, and if you got it wrong, you can go back and take a look at that. Next, what we're going to do is I'm going to come all the way back here and hit the File button. Okay, now it brings us to the first one, 2005 Outfitters. That is going to go into the numbers area. And so we just simply take this and we'll put this here. I do want to get to one of the records that has a cross or a tickler file. These are all cross references and you'll put those in the files. Now this is your first reminder from Pat, and this happened, she wants a reminder on March 1st. So we just take this and we're going to put it right here for March 1st. All right. If there's more than one tickler file in your folder up here, you'll put those in order by date where you need to remind them the soonest. So in 6-10, there's going to be two. You'll have a reminder for the 7th and one for the 10th. The one on the 7th will come first in the file because that's when you need to remind them first. After you get these pieces in here into your drawers. Then we're going to file them, and we'll take a peek at that on Tuesday. I do hope that this video was helpful and that we can use this in the future. Thank you.